Hi, Mr. Richeldi. Come on in and sit down.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. So when we spoke last on the phone, you told me that you felt you were gaining weight and you wanted to maintain your weight or even lose some. How's that going for you?
Yeah. Well, since our last conversation, I've done a couple of minor things to my diet. I added a few more fruits and vegetables in there. So, like, I've been having spinach with eggs in the morning, or I will have fruit with yogurt in the morning. At night, I've been trying to add in a vegetable, whether that's like mixed fruit or mixed veggies or just beans or something. Um, and I've been trying to have less soda because I know that that is probably one of the worst things for you. Um, and drink a little bit more water. And I have gone to the gym once since we last spoke, so that's good.
That's really good that you've increased your vegetable and fruit intake and decreased your soda intake. What are your main goals of coming to these counseling sessions, do you think?
Well, I feel like I want to do this new lifestyle. I want to make a change in my life, but I just don't have the knowledge to do it. I like I think I maybe know what to do, but then there's all sorts of different information from all over the place that tells you like this food is good, this food is good, this one is bad, and sometimes they're contradicting. And I just want to know what I really should be doing for me and for my purpose, and that's just to uh, maintain or lose a little bit of weight. I just want to go back to maybe dropping 10 pounds to where I was about a year ago, and to have a lifestyle that can maintain that weight so that way I won't have to worry about it in the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And that's really good that you have that long-term goal in mind too. Um, During these sessions, I would like to be a source of expertise, support, and inspiration for you to help you with your lifestyle changes. So today in this counseling session, we're going to talk about the assessment process, healthy snacking, and possible tactics that can be used to be reached. I remember on the phone you talked about snacking a lot and how you wanted to decrease
Yeah,
the
definitely.
foods you've been eating, yeah. Um, so I'm going to help provide support. I can help you learn about healthy options and possible strategies, but only you know what's going to fit in your lifestyle best. I would like us to work together to build on knowledge you already have and even more to help with your nutrition issues. How does this sound to you?
That all sounds great.
Good. Now that we've discussed how this session will go, we can begin by exploring more in greater detail.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with a 24-hour recall. Have you ever done one of these before?
No.
No? Okay, that's all right. We're going to start with the very first thing you ate when you woke up or drank.
Is that yesterday?
Yep, yesterday.
Okay. Yesterday morning, I had yogurt with granola and blueberries. I had coffee with creamer, and that's my breakfast. Do you want me to just continue on through lunch and
Yeah, did you have a snack in between?
gosh, let me think. Yes, I had. So there are these pita chips that I like to eat pretty frequently, and I had a bag of those. And then for lunch, I ate a half a sandwich, uh, another bag of chips, and a Pepsi. Um, and then I was at work for a few more hours, and I had some beef sticks and cheese before I left. Let me think. On the way home, I think I had another Pepsi. For dinner that night, gosh, put me on the spot here. I believe I had pizza. I think I had 4 slices of pizza. I had tea with dinner. And then I also had water. I want to say I just ate the pizza for dinner. And then later that night, I had a gigantic piece of pie. So, like a very large piece of pie. And I had another Pepsi at night. But that's actually a lot better for me. 3 Pepsis. Normally I have like 4 or 5.
That's good. I mean, it seems like you're decreasing it. You said you decreased your soda intake from last week, so that's good. How do you prepare your foods? Like sandwiches, do you ever put vegetables on them, or?
Well, it depends on the meal a lot. Like a lot of times I will plan my breakfasts because I'm tired and I want it to be easy. But a lot of times for lunch and dinner, I do a lot on the fly, I guess I would say. So like I don't know what I'm going to eat until that day, and a lot of times I'll pick what's convenient. Like I said this last week, I've been trying to make a conscious effort to include some sort of vegetable in there, or fruit. But again, like as you can see from yesterday, I don't always do that. So I guess when I prepare it kind of depends on the day and the time. I will include vegetables in there if I am thinking about it, but a lot of times I'm not.
What time do you normally make your breakfast?
Well, I go into work at 7 a.m., so about 5:30 is when I will make breakfast.
And then you usually have a snack about what time?
Yeah, 10, I guess
10.
I would say probably 10.
And then what about for lunch? What time do you normally eat lunch?
It's actually more along the lines of like 1 or 2 that I
Okay.
end up having lunch just because it's a little bit slower at that time at work. And then I guess I don't always have an afternoon snack, but if I do, I would do it just like about an hour before I leave. I leave work at 5 most days, so I'd have it around 4.
Okay. And then dinner you eat roughly around what time?
7 or 8. Sometimes it's later. It kind of depends on when I get off of work. I guess I would say that breakfast is a very consistent time, but the other 2 meals probably aren't.
Okay.
They vary depending on what is going on in my life.
Yeah, and especially depending on your work schedule.
Right, exactly.
All right. That's really good. It seems like you've gotten some fruits in there, and you've gotten a little bit of vegetables, and you've been drinking water. Do you drink a lot of water, or just like 1 cup a day?
I really don't drink much water
Okay.
at all.
All right.
And I know that like replacing the soda with the water is probably one of the biggest things that I'm gonna need to do. So it's just a matter of getting in the habit, and I'm starting. So.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, do you have soda just with the meals, or do you ever have them with snacks? Or
I don't like it. If I have a drink outside of a meal, it normally is water. But I just normally don't have I guess my job doesn't allow me to just carry around a water bottle with me.
Yeah.
So it'll be sitting back in the office, and occasionally I'll pop back there, but other than dinner is normally when I'll have a glass of water.
Okay. All right, we're gonna move on to more parts of the assessment. Do you take any medications?
No medications.
None?
Nope.
Okay. And what about physical activity? Do you ever do any physical activity?
Well, my job keeps me walking a lot. I take a lot of steps throughout the day. Otherwise, I hit the gym maybe once every couple weeks, so it's not, consistent enough where I feel like it I'd consider myself a gym goer, but I am always there a couple times a month. Um, I enjoy hiking, like in the basically not in the winter months. You know, if it's nice out, I like to go hiking on my days off. I like to go biking. I like to do physical activities outside. I always have.
That's really good.
And like I think, especially if I, am more conscious about my activity level and what I eat, I would probably increase it because I already enjoy doing it. So, let's see. I mean, depending on the day, sometimes after work I'll just veg out on the couch too. Though I'm not like saying I'm always active. So.
I mean, that's okay. Everyone deserves to relax. It seems like you do get physical activity though. So, all right. And what is your height?
6 foot.
6 foot. And how about your weight?
It varies from 165 to 170. Recently, it's at 170.
Okay. And how old are you?
28.
Okay. All right. And then have you ever had any medical or what's your medical and health history?
I don't really have many medical issues. Haven't really had any medical issues besides like I've broken finger or things like that. I did recently give up smoking.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, that was about a little over a year now actually that I officially gave up smoking.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about, one last question, what
Sure.
about your social history? Spend a lot of time with family, or do you work? Or you obviously work, but
I work a lot.
yeah.
That is definitely true. I work probably 50 to 55 hours a week, so I'm there a lot. Other than that, I mean, like I like to spend time with my girlfriend, family. When I have time, I get together with buddies from college. Sometimes, go out, but a lot of the time, I like to spend, at home with my girlfriend.
All right, so today so far we've gone over your 24-hour recall.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone over your height, weight, and age, which is good, and we've gone over some history. We're now going to discuss healthy snacking.
Okay, great.
You came for. I have a handout for you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here's that.
Thank you.
So on the handout, it talks about snacking only when you're hungry. So we have eating because you are bored or for emotional reasons can lead to weight gain.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're only eating when you are actually hungry, not just something to do. Is this a problem for you, or do you?
Well, I guess I would say that I snack out of habit more than because I'm bored. I mean, I'm at work, I'm not bored, I'm doing stuff, but I do snack a lot of the time when I'm not hungry, but just because, it's 10 o'clock, I normally get a snack, I should go get a snack now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing or not.
I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I mean, if you're snacking when you're hungry, that's good. But if you're snacking just because you need a snack, or at work just when you want one, sometimes it can lead to weight gain. But most of the time, you're fine. I mean, everyone needs a snack. It's good to eat throughout the day. It's healthy. The next point on here is have snacks planned. Do you ever plan your snacks?
I plan the time.
You plan the time?
Yeah, I plan the time. Like I said, I always have one at like mid-morning. But I guess as long as I'm hungry, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I never plan the item, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to plan your snacks. Sometimes I make like bagged fruits and vegetables to take with me. I don't know if where exactly do you work?
I work at a grocery store here in town,
Okay.
Hy-Vee. And yeah, I mean, I have access to all that kind of stuff, so I could it's just more expensive, but I
Yeah.
guess if I did it myself, like, and bring it with me, it would be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, it's really good to plan your snacks. If you plan them, it'll save you time, and make you even healthier.
Sure.
So you normally snack on, you said Stacy's pita chips, right?
Yeah, pita chips.
Yeah. And sometimes you said beef sticks and cheese.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. A lot of times it's chips, I'll be
Okay.
honest, just because it's something that I can leave and come back to and it won't go bad, because I don't normally finish it in one sitting. But a lot of times it's chips, which, I mean, obviously is not a very healthy choice.
I mean, it's okay occasionally. I mean, with the pita chips, have you ever tried to dip it in like a hummus?
No.
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 That's really good. You should try it sometime.
Okay.
One tip on here, it says aim for fruits, vegetables, whole grain snacks, and low-fat dairy. The pita chips, are they whole grain at all?
No.
Okay. Well, maybe we could try to find whole grain
Sure.
pita chips next
They
time.
actually have a lot of fat in them, I'm pretty sure. They're
Do
just
they?
covered in sugar, so.
Have you ever tried like a whole grain cracker? Could replace them with?
No.
No?
No.
That's an option. I mean, would
Sure.
you be interested in that?
Yeah,
Whole grain crackers?
I mean, it's better than just completely getting rid of it, because like sometimes like we said before, I am hungry at that
Yeah.
time period and I do want something. And I don't want to just say, okay, it's okay to be hungry, don't eat.
No,
Do you know
you
what I
should
mean?
definitely have a snack if you're hungry, if you're
Right.
feeling hungry.
Right. So yeah, I'd be willing to try that, because it'd be a similar item to what
Mhm.
I'm used to.
Yeah. Or like any other whole grain. You could find a whole grain bread. I mean, it's hard to snack on that at work. But if you're ever at home and you need a snack, you can try one of those.
Sure.
Another tip on here, it says choose low calorie options. If you are an active individual, your snacks can be up to 300 calories. If you're not active, keep them limited to 200. You said you're semi-active, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't work out, but I definitely take my steps according to my Fitbit.
That's
So,
awesome.
I
So
got
you
that
track
going for me.
steps with your Fitbit.
Yes.
That's really cool. Yeah, if you can, do you ever look at the food labels on, watch your calorie sizes? No, that's okay.
Not really.
That's all right.
I've never had to.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like you need to, but if you're wanting to lose weight, we could keep your snacks. If you start to look at the food label, I could bring one in for our next meeting, but to show you some examples. But if you can keep them between 200 to 300 calories for a snack, that'd be really good.
Okay. I can do that.
Some healthy snack ideas I have on here are apples and peanut butter. That might be tricky at work, but when you're at home on your days off, you could always.
Yeah, I know that they sell those little kits too that have them together.
Oh yeah.
So, and I've actually thought of that, because I like apples and
Yeah.
I like peanut butter, so that would actually be a really good option for me. But yeah, I actually think that one's probably doable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Another really good one is like carrots and peanut butter. Have you ever tried that?
I have not.
It's really
I
good.
wouldn't think vegetables would go with peanut butter, but
They're both sweet, so it tastes really good together. You could try it.
okay.
Another one we have on here is baked pears with honey.
Okay.
That would also be a home option for you.
Sure. Or like a prepared one. Like I'd have to
Yeah.
prepare it and I could bring it in.
Yeah, definitely. And then a sliced bell pepper. That's also tricky at work, but
Yeah. I feel like if I make the time to eat the whole thing, then I can do it just fine. But because I often will have like a bite and then walk away and then come back and have a bite and then walk away, it makes it a lot harder to do things like that are fresh,
yeah.
because then by the time I come back it could go bad.
Have you ever tried like dehydrated fruits or vegetables?
Not really.
No. You could. I know they sell them at Hy-Vee actually, but they're just dehydrated fruits or
Mhm.
dried fruits,
Sure.
or they even have them in the bags. They
Okay.
have dried bags, but you could try those and it'd be prepared for you, and you can even take them home and then put them in little snack bags and portion size them.
Sure.
That's a really good idea as well. You can keep this handout and take it home just to remember some ideas if you'd like.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. So currently right now, do you have concerns about your diet at all?
Well, I mean, Obviously, yeah, because like I can tell that I'm gaining weight, and I'm gaining weight for the first time ever in my life, um, and I know that obviously it's directly linked to my diet. I can tell. I see that I'm having too much sugar. I see that I have high fat options. I see that I'm taking the easy way out a lot of the time. I have too much soda. And I wanna get that stuff out of there. I do. I just I guess I just don't know what I can do to get them out. I can't just eat bread, or I just don't know what to eat.
Mhm. I think it'd be
drink
really
water, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
but it has no flavor. I want something that has some flavor.
during our next counseling session. I'll bring in a food label so we can work on looking at low sugar items and everything. I mean, if you start right now looking at a food label, you can even look at it and see, just compare the sugars to each product.
Sure.
And, I mean, you work in the grocery store, so
Yeah,
if you ever have time to do that, I know work is probably hectic, but
yeah,
you just compare the two different items and see which one has a lower sugar, low fat,
uh-huh,
and you can just do that and pick your snacks based off of that.
sure.
Have you ever? So you used to weigh, you said 165.
Well, I used to weigh like 155, 160,
Okay.
but now I am at 165 to 170.
What previously worked for you when you weighed that much?
Well, I mean, I was probably more active than I am now,
Okay.
because I would go to the gym more often. It was right across the street. Um, I wouldn't eat any healthier. I can tell you that. I probably ate worse than I do now. But I mean, I was younger. I had a better metabolism.
Yeah, of course.
So I feel like that played a big role in it.
Okay, so from looking at what we just previously had talked about, your diet and your activity level, it looks like you've been doing really well on getting fruits into your diet. At
Okay.
least the fruits.
Okay.
It looks like we need to work on getting more vegetables in there, cutting down on the soda.
Sure.
I mean, you've been doing really well on that. But just try to drink more water, maybe? Do you think we can try to drink more water for next time?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
many, do you want to put a goal down for how many cups you could get a day?
I mean, I can try to go down. I can try to go down to 2 Pepsis a day and drink a glass of water with every meal.
Yeah, that's
Because right now I already drink it with dinner and sometimes with lunch, so it wouldn't be that hard to make sure I do it at lunch, and then also probably do it at breakfast after coffee.
that's a really good idea.
Okay.
And if you drink one right after you drink the coffee, that'll make it it'll just make it better for your body, more concentrated.
Sure.
So before next session, we can work on limiting the Pepsis to 2 a day and water every meal.
Okay.
That sounds really good. How ready do you think you are to change?
I mean, I think I'm ready to change. I want to change. I've already been trying to do stuff to change. I just think I need the knowledge to change it. That's
Okay.
what it is.
So, like on a scale 1 to 10, what do you think?
10.
10?
I'm there.
That's
Let's
awesome.
do
You're
this.
ready for it. So, how confident are you to change? 1 being the least confident and 10 being most.
I've always been a fairly healthy person. I mean, I quit smoking. I can cut out Pepsi. You know, I'm pretty confident that I can do it. I can make the changes I need to make to maintain the life I want to maintain.
Mm-hmm. So definitely a 10.
Yes.
So you're ready to change. That's awesome. What are more ideas do you think we can use to change your diet right now besides the Pepsis? Do you think we can try to do the dried fruits at work?
I think that first snack of the day could definitely be a healthier snack. That's for sure. I also think, going back to the handout that you gave me, I think that I should plan it, because like when I look back at breakfast, my breakfast, when it's planned, I always plan it, and it's always healthy. it's almost never bad for me.
Yeah.
Where I mean, healthy, I don't know exactly, but you know what I mean. I think it's healthy, healthier than pizza. But if I don't plan it, that's when I go bad. That's when I go for the easier option. So I think if I plan my snacks, like you said, like maybe get dried fruit, put it in bags, or a healthier cracker and put it in bags,
Yeah.
and then limit myself to just that much. Because normally I'll just eat it. I'll just eat until the thing is gone, which is obviously bad when you're dealing with a whole bag of chips.
So we need to work more on portion sizing as well.
Yeah.
Is that you want to work more on portion sizing your meals too?
Yeah. I mean, I've always been good about stopping eating once I'm full, so I don't feel like I go overboard too often. But I do it on my snacks a lot. Like if I eat ice cream at night, I'll eat a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not good for you. I know that, but I can just eat the whole thing. I can eat the whole bag of chips. I can, so I think that's really where.
Yeah. I mean, ice cream is good.
It is. It's really good.
Not the best for you. But that's okay, because we can work on we can even work on different dessert items, like maybe you like yogurt, so maybe we could do yogurt as a dessert option.
Yeah, I like
or
yogurt.
even a snack option, you can eat that throughout the day. It's really good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So healthier, maybe trying healthier desserts.
And then planning.
And I have planning down for you as well.
Great.
Planning your snacks. Let's try to think of 2 more goals. What other ones would be?
2 more goals.
We can try to think of a really specific. Have you ever heard of SMART goals?
No.
We're gonna think of 2 SMART goals.
What's a SMART goal?
It stands for specific, measurable, attainable, rewarding, and time. So
Okay.
we can try to think of 2 more.
And this is by next week that I would achieve these goals.
If that's what you want, would you like to do it by next week, or would you like to try to do it within the next month?
Let's do it by next week.
Next week?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, so let me think here. Can it be as simple as like I won't buy a bag of chips for my breaks for the next week. The whole next week I'll have something healthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no chips.
One of the healthier options that you and I have discussed today.
And you do think you'll be able to do that? Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, you can always get a cracker. Too.
Yeah.
You could do crackers and cheese. You could do crackers with hummus.
Sure.
Anything you want. But okay, so I have no chips, healthier dessert options, planning your snacks, and healthier snacks with crackers and fruits. And let's do 1 more goal.
Okay. I don't know. Well, we talked about the Pepsi. Does that
Yeah,
count?
we can. So drinking more water. That's
Drinking
a great
more
one.
water.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
cutting back on my Pepsi.
That's a really good one. Okay, so how do you have a good support system at home? You said you talk to your family and your girlfriend a lot. Okay,
Of course.
that's really good. Have they ever? Do they snack a lot as well? Do you know?
My mom is probably one of the healthiest people I know. She eats she's almost vegetarian, but she eats like fish. I forget what that's called. But she's very healthy. She's always exercising and doing stuff. So she's a great source of information for me and support if I need her to be. My dad just eats whatever my mom cooks, so that's super easy for him. And my sister has recently got into exercising, and she ran a half marathon last year. I mean, I have a fairly active and healthy support system.
That's great.
But I guess I just don't rely on them too much for that. I just talk to them about everything else.
maybe you could start to rely on them and ask them what they do for healthy snacks and find.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you can start talking
we all
with
have the
them.
same taste and stuff, generally
Yeah.
speaking.
Yeah, that'd be really good if they could help you out too.
Sure.
I'm always here to help you out too. If you want more snack ideas, I can always write some down, or I can email you some more snack ideas.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So far this whole session, we got your measurements. We got a 24-hour recall.
Mm-hmm.
We focused on snacking tips,
Mm-hmm.
and we talked about some how you have good eating habits in your diet, but also some bad ones. But we have some new ways to fix them.
Okay.
For our next meeting, we're gonna follow up in 1 week.
Okay.
I can send you out what we discussed later on in the week and with your goals in them as well.
Okay.
And then we can go from there. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, just like an email with when you send me the snack ideas, you'll just have all the stuff that we talked about this week as a reminder. Yeah, that sounds great.
Great. Do you have any questions?
No, I guess not. No, I feel good about today.
All right, good. I do too. Thank you so much for coming in.
Of course, thank you.
Have a great day, Tom.
You too.